Hi everyone, welcome to OzFun Magic Reviews, and today, what are we reviewing, Scott?
We are reviewing Palm Reading Palm Reading for Magicians by Paul Voodini.
Very cool.
Yes, and we just want to say a huge thank you to Paul Voodini. We've been a fan of his for quite some time. He's been kind enough to give us a copy of this download, as it were, and for us to review. So thank you very much. Although we will just point out as well, all of our reviews, whether we get the product sent or they're just things that we've had, these are all unbiased. So we will give our honest review. So Paul, get ready. We're going to rip it to shred. No, we're not.
No, that's cool. High five to Paul for giving it to it. Do you think he'd read the palm if you went high five? No. Alright, so let's get into it. What are we learning?
Okay, so this I'm going to say is a launching pad for those that want to learn palm reading. Although it's also for the experienced palm readers out there as well. You'll always learn something new. So what are you learning? So basically, Paul has a in-depth conversation with Luke Germain at the beginning of the DVD, and they talk back and forth.
So covering different aspects of palm reading and the psychic sort of.
Exactly, yeah. So they talk about that, and then they talk about why palm reading. Then Paul goes into the 10 main points that you need to do it. He covers a couple of effects, and then there's a Q&A session in there as well. Back with Paul Voodini and Luke Germain.
So you said effects.
Yep.
Does he teach card tricks?
Yeah, there's two.
Oh.
Yep. So basically, what he does with the effects is it's a think of a card, and then there's another routine, and he uses the palm reading. He gives somebody a reading, and he says, right, based on this is what your card is, and he actually does that routine to. So that's obviously done in his house, and then it's out on a live audience, someone at a cafe. So he does it to two different people. So you're getting quite a lot of
mileage out of a palm reading.
That's right, yeah.
Or is it a card trick that you're getting a lot of mileage with a palm reading? Can you, I guess, does he give you a script, and can you alter that to be longer or shorter?
Yep.
Depending on the environment that you're performing?
Yeah, so he covers, you can basically go through like what he says. If you're just sort of starting out, you can sort of use that as a backbone. The length of the routines, because he does this in close-up settings, it will be limited to 5 minutes. He sort of keeps that 5 minute thing on there, yeah.
But obviously if you're already experienced in palm reading, I guess you could be learning a trick to add into it, or you could put in your own sort of spin on it.
Yep.
Does he address that issue of people going out and putting in that approach where they're actually giving advice, or giving advice versus just doing this for entertainment?
Yep. So Paul's main thing on this is it's just purely for entertainment. All his palm readings are nice. They don't have anything negative on there. So like when I think it's the lifeline he gets to, he doesn't go, when you're younger you broke your leg or this or that. He keeps it very, very positive.
Okay.
So there's no if someone came up to him, and he talks about all this as well in the Q&A, but he doesn't really go too much into where do you see yourself in 5 years? And he's not really a counsellor, and you don't really, if you're just using this for entertainment, you don't want to dive into all that because
that could get very messy very quickly.
Exactly, yeah. So I mean, if that's something you want to do, then it might be something you watch Paul's DVD or download. And then you expand your knowledge, you get some more of Paul's stuff, and then there's some other things, and then you can. There might be other steps to actually become an actual palm reader.
Does he give us other references or resources to look at palm reading, or is it just kind of just use this?
Yeah, well, obviously Paul's got a lot of stuff out there, and if you search him on any of the magic sites, you know, there's a whole list of obviously his books as well. Yeah, as far as references go, I'm going to say that I can't remember, but to help you, to basically say this, just buy Paul's stuff. It covers everything.
Yeah, let's not be around the bush. It's already there. It's for entertainers by an entertainer. So why would you go thumbing through catalogs for something different? Not that anyone thumbs through a catalog anymore. I don't know why I said that. Production values of the video.
Okay, cool. So this is basically just done in, I'm going to say, his house. There's just 2 sofa chairs with the Luke Jermaine interviews. When he's doing the effects, he's also on the same seats and also at a kitchen table. Look, it's not the most glamorous kind of setting, but you know what? That doesn't take away from anything.
Shouldn't take away from anything.
Exactly, right? But, it's you can hear everything, even the outdoors live performances. You can hear everything that
so you get a nice look of the ambience of where they're performing.
That's right.
Speaking of performing, have you gone and done a palm reading?
So, when I watched Paul Voudini's Penguin Live lecture, and I got some stuff out of it, and I particularly enjoy this one, this reading here. If Paul's looking at my hand right now, he knows what that means. And if anyone else has seen any of Paul's stuff, this reading, or if you're a palm reader.
How did it go?
Good. Well, you know what? It was early days for me learning palm reading, so I kind of kept it very brief. Again, taking Paul's advice on board, keeping it nice and friendly and positive. Yeah. I said, I actually remember one gig. I said, "Oh, and you've got money coming in," and the lady's like, "Yeah, payday's next week." So So. Look, I've used it, and I use it in that card reveal as well.
Yep.
And I don't use your method, Paul, sorry, because I didn't have that method available. I just had to use something else to you know what I'm talking about. And it just worked really well. People were like, "Oh my god, that's amazing." So, yeah.
Okay, let's talk about someone that has. We've mentioned if you've got previous palm reading experience. In who's buying this, what level would you need to be? Could you be a beginner coming in, take this off the shelf and go, yeah, I've got an interest in like maybe tarot and stuff that I've seen around the place, but I want to start doing this. So can anyone?
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. So as I said, this is a launching pad for palm reading. Like for me, it was just like, I think this is just my one-stop shop. I learn everything on here that I need to go out there and perform it. So, I reckon, someone can just buy it. If you've got an interest in palm reading, you want to throw that into your magic close-up mentalism set, then this is definitely for you. Even if you're an experienced palm reader, and if you're already palmist, I would still say buy this, because there's still some points in there that Paul covers, and you can always adapt as well.
Cool. Any final comments on either the teaching or the video itself?
I think this is actually a really, really good set. For me, it just covered everything nicely. All the points were covered. I was sort of sitting there watching it going, yeah, what if this happens? And in the Q&A session, he's like, if this happens...
He knew.
It's like, wow, I'm like, this is crazy. So it gives you enough there. I mean, in this art of magic, we can never stop learning. Definitely go out there and, look at Paul's stuff, because he's spent, how do I say this without being rude? he knows his stuff about palmistry. So he's the guy that I would say, right, if you're looking for something extra, then definitely go to him. He gives you
awesome. All right. Well, thank you so much for that, Scott. We appreciate your viewing that, and I had a look and I thought it was great too. Like I've actually got that sparked my interest in palm reading.
After Jamie watched it, he's messaged me and goes, "I want to do this."
Yeah, I want to do this. So I'll probably be learning it and adding it in at some point. Guys, again, I hope you've got something out of this review. Remember, if you've got any questions or anything like that about the video, feel free to message us or anything else that we've covered. Don't forget to comment, like and subscribe the video, share the Facebook page around, and yeah, it's goodbye from me.
And it's goodbye from him. See you, everyone.